The shocking true life story you're about to see now is of a guy that met a particular lady at the comment section on Twitter or X. So this lady actually reached out to this guy after a particular comment that this guy made on a post on X. So, after this lady viewed this guy's profile, checked everything, then she opened up to the guy that can she speak to him about her own problems. Apparently, this lady has a very huge diabetes problem. So they started chatting, she opened up more to him, and before we could say Jack Robinson, they got close. Now, over time, they decided to move their conversation from X to WhatsApp. Now, things are starting to get really interesting because when they got to WhatsApp, this guy realized that over time, he has started checking on this lady, just out of the blue, sending her a message, to know how she's faring today. Is she handling her blood sugar levels very well? All of those things. I mean, they even went as far as sharing jokes, making each other laugh, hence developing feelings for each other. Fast forward to April last year, this lady invited this young man to her sister's wedding. I mean, it's the first wedding they're having in their family, so they really want to do it big. It's a big party, and she doesn't mind using that opportunity to actually meet this guy, hence the invitation, right? Now, this guy, he is in Lagos State, but the lady is at Ogun State, and this will be their first face-to-face meeting, so the guy had to travel all the way down to Ogun State. And when he got there, he had planned earlier with the lady on where to stay, which is to get an hotel very close to the venue they are using for the wedding. So the lady told him the name of the hotel, and he went ahead to just go there, make payment and lodge at the hotel. But then the lady suggested to him that he wait till the next day before meeting, so that he could relax, settle down and rest very well. Plus, she had some errands, preparations to make for the wedding. Well, finally, the next day came and this guy went to the wedding. This guy said, if he's not going to lie, he was amazed by this lady's beauty. She's very beautiful. I mean, she was shy at first, but as things progressed, she became more relaxed with him, and their conversation became, even more robust at that point. And it was a typical Nigerian wedding, right? It lasted all day. So around 6 p.m., the guy left the wedding and went to the hotel to rest. It's been the whole day. He's tired at this point. So the guy just said goodbye to the lady, said goodbye to her family, and of course, he handed over a gift that he brought for the wedded couple. Later on that night, around 10 p.m., this lady texted this guy and she asked if she could come and see him at the hotel. I mean, so they could see each other one more time because this guy is going back to Lagos early the next morning. Now, the guy said he hesitated at first because he was sleeping already, but he also had the desire to see her. So, I mean, sure. Long story short, she arrived at the hotel, met the guy, got into his room, and was telling him about how she had to sneak out of the house. After speaking for a while, they went back downstairs to the bar, had drinks, just said even more, and went back upstairs. And they spent the night together, if you know what I mean. One thing led to another, and they had sex. After that night, this guy's feeling for this lady grew even stronger. In fact, when he got back to Lagos, he almost officially asked her out to be his girlfriend, right? Because up until now, he had not asked her out officially, okay? But now he's really thinking about dating her properly. But then from that April, their communication wasn't back to back. I mean, they still talk, it was on and off all the way till June. So no, there wasn't a perfect right moment to go ahead and ask her out. Anyway, on June 24th, this lady's father from Ogun State called this guy in Lagos and introduced himself as the father of the young lady and requesting for a face-to-face meet with this guy. And the father did not even explain why. So at first, this guy was worried, could the lady maybe she's pregnant? What's going on? So he started thinking in his head, okay, maybe the father is requesting a face-to-face because he wants to tell me that I must marry his daughter because I've gotten her pregnant, that kind of a thing. So of course, he picked up the phone and called the lady after that and said, what's going on? Your father called me. He's telling me to come. He wants to see me. What's happening? And the young lady said, oh, no, just come. I mean, at this point, nobody is telling him anything. The father is not telling him anything. The daughter is not telling him anything. Everybody's just saying, come. Now, 2 days later, this guy took a leave from work and traveled down to Abeokuta in Ogun State. Unaware to him, the police were there. Oh yes, they were waiting for him in their compound. Hi guys, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on your notifications so you can know whenever we drop a new video. Thank you very much. Let's get back to the story. Now, this guy would have fled, but he did not because he was like, what did I do? I mean, if he's running now, that they start looking for him, now he's looking guilty already. So he just went ahead and walked into the compound, even though he had already seen the police people in the compound before going in. Now, it turns out that young lady was pregnant like he suspected, but she went ahead to get an abortion without telling him anything. He did not know she was pregnant. He did not know she got an abortion, but the parents are taking the girl later on for some tests, so they had the results and receipts and everything. It was a very crazy day. By the way, guys, this is a true life story. So this guy was accused of sexually assaulting the lady, and one more big surprise, she lied about her age. She's not 18, she is 17 years old. And that is why the policemen were there, because it's a crime in case you don't know, the legal age for consensual sex in Nigeria is 18. It's not 17, it's not 16, it is 18. The moment this guy confirmed that he slept with the lady that night, the policemen handcuffed him and placed him under arrest. And they called him a rapist. Yeah, because he slept with a minor. This guy in his defense said he never even knew all these things. He never knew she wasn't 18. She lied outrightly that she was 18 years old. He never even knew she got pregnant. He never even knew she tried to get an abortion. She kept all of this information away from him. And this was very far from rape. They both wanted it. They both agreed to it. He did not deflower her. This is someone that has been sexually active before. He said all of these things, but it didn't matter much. I mean, sadly, simply because he is a 25-year-old person, and this wasn't a situation where he would start to claim ignorance. So, well, he was arrested by the father and he spent 4 days in detention cell without even being able to contact anybody. His friends and family back home, they don't know where he is. He wasn't with his phone. Well, after the 4 days, he was eventually given opportunity of a phone call, but he couldn't even call his parents. Yes, because he was ashamed. Because at this point, he has seen it that most people would not even believe that he does not know her original age. And the last thing he wants to do is break the hearts of his parents. So he called his best friend. So he told his friend to come bail him in Ogun State and also to help feed his dogs. He has dogs and they have not eaten for the past 4 days. So the friend went over to his house, helped him feed his dogs. He packed his bags and went on the road to Abeokuta in Ogun State. Now, when his friend got to the police station, the friend tried speaking to the police. The police did not listen. They still wanted to keep this guy there. Now, on the 6th day, now the girl that they claimed he assaulted and the family, they came over to the police station to see this guy. And that was when the young lady right there confessed, you know, to some parts of the story that she conveniently omitted before. You know, like she left her house to go meet him at the hotel, like they had drinks at the bar, like she conveniently did not tell him her real age, you know, and so on and so forth. At this point, she was pleading with her father to leave the guy alone. But then another problem, Nigerian police wouldn't let this guy go. They are literally demanding 1 million naira to bail him. I guess bail is not free after all. This young man had to call that his best friend that he was going to get his phone, transfer some money to him, and this guy's best friend should please, you know, help add some more money to it. They just needed $1 million at this point, right? This guy had been saving some of this money because of a trip he was planning to have to South Africa, like a sort of vacation. I mean, the trip was planned for later in the year in August. He has been saving for like over a year before then. Everything is going down the drain now. Well, the guy's friend did all of that, you know, came back to Abeokuta in Ogun State and they paid the police. And yes, the guy was released. Since June 24, he was released on the 3rd of July. He has been in detention since. Recently, like a week ago, this same girl reached out to him. I mean, apologizing for everything. She was young, she was scared of her father, you know, just many things like that, and asking if he could forgive her and if they could still be friends. Saying that, I mean, as at now, she's now 18, so asking if they could still be friends. She wants to make amends. Well, this guy, of course, blocked her on every channel possible, right? Blocked her on that very X where they met, blocked her on WhatsApp. Anyway, she's just trying to reach out to him. He shared this story with us for 2 reasons. One, to let a lot of young men know that they have to be very careful. Yes, be careful of the age of anybody you have sexual relations with. Be sure of the age. And also to know if he is not overreacting, because apparently the lady eventually back then even told the truth. And now she's saying it was because of her father, she was scared and all that. And well, I mean, now she's really 18. He's trying to see if he's not just overreacting by blocking her because she really wants to connect back with him. Maybe the past should be the past. Maybe bygone should be bygone. Maybe he should give her a chance. Is there in the comment section saying, please, any advice, any opinion? What can he do?